one is there. He said, yeah, welcome to
Right, okay, hello everyone, welcome to the Sea Lion today. My name is Ellie, and as you can tell, I brought our two youngsters out to meet you all. And the first job for these two is to give everybody a nice wave hello. So you two, if you're ready, would you like to
standing here, not there. That's
emphatic. And these two, they're both California sea lions. And as that name does suggest, you can of course find the largest population of this particular type of sea lion all along the coast of California. You can also find them as far north as Canada, where it does get pretty cold, and as far south as Mexico, where of course it's lovely and warm. So these guys, they really are quite a versatile, wide-ranging species, but that does mean they can cope with the good old British weather. Now, as I say, these two are very youngsters, so they're nowhere near fully grown. They won't be classed as fully grown until they're 18. And by that time, these two could both reach lengths of around 2 to 2.5 metres. So they're definitely going to get a lot taller. But they could also end up weighing anything between 20 to possibly 40 stone, anywhere in that sort of gap there. This little fella here on my right, he's weighing in at 11 stone already, so in theory, over the next 10 years, he could double, triple, maybe even quadruple in size. They do get quite big, these guys. Let me introduce you to them both so you know who's who, and then we'll get cracking with a few bits and pieces. We're going to get started with this fella here. This little guy, he's called Louis. Louis, he's our youngest sea lion. He's 8 years old. Very clever little sea lion. Very laid back and ridiculously friendly. I have never met a sea lion as friendly as him. He likes nothing more than cuddles, flipper shakes, attention. If it's on him, he loves it. I want to say a quick hello to him. Hello you, how are you doing? You okay? So that's Louis. Now over here, we've got Louis's older brother. This is Roger. Roger's 9 years old. Even though they are related, they couldn't be any more different if they tried. As I say, Louis's the laid-back one, Roger's the sensitive one. So for instance, if I change the colour of my uniform, it'll take Roger a week to get over it, and it'll take Louis a week to notice. That's how different they are. And it's so true as well. He is very, very clever though. He's very excitable, and he's really quite friendly too. So I'll say hello to him, and we'll get cracking. Hello you, are you okay? Okay. So the first thing that we're going to ask you to show you is an ability that sea lions are famous for. And that's their ability to balance things on their noses. So we're going to get started with a couple of footballs. So you two, Rog, you take care of that one for me. That's it. And Louis, you have a go with that one. Now lots of people know, excuse me, sea lions can balance. But not everyone knows how they actually do it. The secret to it is that they drop it into the green bins provided. Thank you very much for listening. Now please sit back and enjoy the display. Sea lions' faces. Those whiskers, they're really very sensitive. And if you guys look closely, you can see. Roger and Louis's whiskers, they're not only pointing upwards, they're moving around as well. And that's because they're feeling which way the football's moving. Now, Roger and Louis, they've got to listen to those whiskers because they're telling them which way to move their head to stop the football from falling off. The whiskers, they're not strong enough to hold the ball in place. This is about skill and concentration. Now, those whiskers, they do have a much more important use. They're not there to help the sea lion balance. However, we do find the balancing is quite a fun and visual way of explaining how those whiskers work. In the wild, sea lions use them to find their food. Sea lions eat fish and squid for a living. And when fish and squid swim, they create vibrations in the water that the sea lions can feel with those whiskers. So if they listen to the information they're getting, they can pinpoint exactly where the fish and squid are hiding. Those whiskers, they're so sensitive. They already know what type of fish and how big it is without actually seeing it first. Now I think that is really clever because it means they can make decisions. Is it the type of fish I want to eat today? Or more importantly, is it big enough for me to bother chasing after it? If it's a shoal of tiny fish, they'll burn more calories chasing it than they would actually get from eating it. So the whiskers help them to make choices and decisions as well. That's it, Louis. All the way back to your standard there. You can do it. Give them both a nice little round of applause. Well done, people call them seals all the time, but it's not true, is it, you two? What do you think when you're called seals? Yeah, you don't really like it that much, do you? And that's because they are two completely different species. To be fair, they do look quite similar, so between the three of us, we're going to show you how to tell them apart. Before I do carry on, folks, I do have to tell you, the reason the microphone keeps going loud and quiet, one of the amps isn't working particularly well. So it keeps flicking itself on and then switching itself back off. So that's why the volume keeps doing this throughout the display. I can't fix it. I'm waiting for somebody to replace it. So that's why the volume is so random. Anyway, I've digressed. Let me tell you how to tell a sea lion from a seal. The first thing to look for, how do they swim? Sea lions only ever swim using their massive paddle-like front flippers. Show everyone your big front flippers, you two. Let's see how big they are. Thanks, Rog. So we get seagulls in. That's it, there we go. Now, when a sea lion swims, it looks a little bit like they're flying because they move these paddles up and down like a pair of wings through the water. This will propel them at a top speed of around 15 to 20 miles an hour, so they do swim quite quickly. If Roger and Louis were seals, however, their front flippers would actually be about the size of my hands, and they'd be stuck to the sides of their bodies like this, making them pretty tricky to swim with. If I hold my hand next to Roger's flipper, you can see the massive size difference. So when a seal swims, they would use the back flippers instead. Come on, Lou, come on. How does a seal move on land? Yeah, that's how a seal moves. They jiggle up on their bellies, and they look like ginormous slugs. Now, because they've got these tiny front flippers, because they're stuck like this, they can't use them like feet. So a seal can't walk, they don't climb very well, and they definitely can't run. And if you haven't guessed yet, this is Louis' favourite thing in the whole wide world to do. I think it's because it takes so much effort, but do give him a big round of applause. That's a lovely demonstration. Thank you so much. I'm going to put it all the way over there. There we go, there's two. Please over that way. Has he got it? Yes, he has. There we go. Pause over that way. Turn over the last one, Louis. What's your deadliest enemy? So we are talking sharks, of course. He's not the world's biggest shark. moment. Now, as I say, all he's got to do is jump out of the water, touch it with his nose, and if he does, you've got to give him a big round of applause because he's been ever so good. And it takes a bit of effort, as you can see.